Hello, this is John Pee Wee Moore. I released a statement about a week ago on what I thought of the business, and that statement was forced to be pulled down. So I will not make the same mistake this time. I will not mention his name or his company's name. See, in that statement, I was talking about professional wrestling and the problems about professional wrestling. How one man controls 90% of the revenue that we make in professional wrestling, and how that's wrong, and how he does it systematically. How he systematically tries to make the wrestlers less valuable so he can make himself more powerful, and then he uses that power to systematically control everything. You know, I started to get into about the pedophiles, how he's got these 50 and 60-year-old men. They get to decide who gets on TV, and they get to decide who wins by who answers their advances. And you know, I've actually come up with a better way. I think there is a better way. I want to see a better day for wrestling, and the way to do that, you see, is to not to have these old gay men deciding who wins the matches. I've actually got a system that would work. You see, you have a veteran competition committee with people that know the business, and then they score the wrestlers based on a scoring system. And then you use that scoring system to decide who wins. The wrestlers would respect it, the fans would respect it, and it would give legitimacy to this business. You see, that's what this business needs, because don't think that professional wrestling started in the 1930s in the carnivals. That is not true. This business has been around for thousands of years. The Egyptians, the Greeks, the Romans, Indian tribes, wrestling has been the #1 sport on this planet for up until soccer in the last 150 years. And we can get back some of that. We might not be able to be #1 right away, but we can get back into that sports market. We just have to be a sport. And legitimately, that is why he does not want my message getting out, is because my message makes sense. I'm saying let's be a sport, and let's not fall for this sports entertainment garbage that is just like a soap opera. It's garbage. So that's why he doesn't want me to get my message out, and it is getting out. It's getting out even in his own dressing room. His own dressing room, his own wrestlers look him in the eye, and they know the truth, and that bothers him. But it is the truth. I mean, the wrestlers are packing 4 in a car, and they're driving 6 hours to the next town, while this bougie motherfucker flies in on his private jet, and he flies home after the show and sleeps in his own bed. And that's fair? You're not being greedy? You're not being selfish? I mean, I've exposed your ties with the military-industrial complex. I know that you got things invested in this war. It's obvious you donate to the Republican Party, and yet your audience is poor. Your audience doesn't read Forbes. Your audience doesn't read the Robb Report. Your audience is poor, and yet you're playing to them, and you're trying to put your little schneid innuendos, your little ideology in with them, and it's not working. You don't even know your fan base. You really don't even have a fan base. You just have a monopoly on this business, so the fans have to go for you for wrestling. People want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because in a couple years, there's going to be 5 or 6 or maybe even 8 wrestling companies that want to wash their hands with sports entertainment. And they want to be a sport. And that's going to build. That's going to be the seed that's going to grow. And it's going to be about 10 or 15 promotions the next year. It's going to be about 50 in 5 years. And people are going to respect it. People will want to go see this because they'll know that it's not what they see on TV. This is actually competitive wrestling. And they'll want to see it. They'll want to see it as a sport, wrestling as a sport. That's why the only thing that gets over now is in-ring wrestling that's a sport. You know this. Yet you're still trying to cram down people's throats your garbage. Your way that you think the business should be, which you built in your own image. And it's garbage. And it's over. It's done. You're through. I mean, I saw that last week at the Garden when you had the 2 black guys rob the white guy from Starbucks. You know, I mean, that just shows how out of touch you are with your audience. You think your audience is going to buy that as legit? You think you know anything about the hood? You couldn't slang a rock if you was fucking Palestinian. So shut the fuck up and stop letting pedophiles run your company. Or eventually we're going to go after your sponsors. People are going to call your sponsors and say you're racist. You support pedophilia, and your sponsors are going to pull. You better stop fucking with us, because we can start fucking with you, for real. We're just trying to build this as a sport. That's all I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to peel people away from the brainwash system that you have them subservient under as of right now. That's all I'm trying to do. So you can't pull this. I'm pretty much at my time, so I can't say much more. I'll just leave you with this. Look at where the business was in 1983, and look at where the business is today. Even though we gross a lot more money today than we did in 1983, the fans ain't happy, the boys ain't happy, so it seems only one man is happy. And who is that one man? And so, what do we need to do to get our business back? We need to take power from that one man. Peace out, y'all. Have a nice day.